And
boom! We're off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy, the best revenge is revenge, Zach
always,
Elias. What's up, buddy?
always, best revenge is revenge. Living
That
well is for wimps.
that was an all-timer by you. I thought you made it up. I Googled it. You didn't.
I didn't?
Anne McCaffrey in some year. I couldn't tell you what she did. I didn't read into
She
it.
was a revenge nut. I love her. I live by every word of hers. I have no idea who she is.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays, we do it live. Saturdays, we post it later. Make sure you download the episodes, rate, review, subscribe. We're on all the platforms.
Because someone else said it first, but I didn't know it's not able to be deemed as original, despite my lack of knowing who Anne McCaffrey was.
So that's called like a conscious stream of thought, which happens in comedy all the time. And what happens is if you have a good line, you can roll with it, but you can't be Amy Schumer and just keep going with it forever. Eventually, you have to stop. You can't keep on using it and saying it's your own. You know what I mean?
I do. Was Anne McCaffrey still alive?
Episode 122. This episode's called Emerald Sexual Health, not Lagasse, because we have a special guest today, which we'll be welcoming on to the pod. You know what? Let's bring her from backstage
I get all
right
my
now.
sexual health from Emerald Lagasse.
Welcoming to the show, this is Ashley. What's up?
Oh my God! I'm sorry that I'm not Emerald Lagasse. I don't even remember his.
Bam!
Bam!
That's how I finish.
Right,
Bam! That's my finishing move.
Oh my God, this isn't WWE, Zach.
Not that kind of finishing move.
We're just getting started. We're just getting this. I need a drink. I'm thirsty. You're thirsty, but I think our guest is thirsty as well. Ashley, tell us what you're drinking.
Yeah, I am dripping. I am sipping on Sip of Sunshine. Yeah, I am drinking Sip of Sunshine. It's from Connecticut. It's my hometown or my home state. I love it, and I'm so glad that I can find it in Pennsylvania now.
Nice Smokey the Bear koozie.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
She was talking about the coos in the preamble, and
coos. Can you still say that word? That's like a 50s word. Like,
do you know what coos means?
Yeah, that has a lot of sex.
Whoa, hold on with the opening. We do this as a family on this show.
I'm so sorry.
She blew her load too soon. She's
Zach,
going to teach us all about that.
What are we drinking for today's episode?
We are drinking Kona Pipeline. There's no real synergy between like sex. I guess laying pipe. I guess it's all in there.
What did you think I picked this out for?
Because we're laying pipe?
Also, Zach, on the side of it, Liquid Aloha. I might put that in the arsenal.
We've said that already on this show. Like Liquid, I'll give you some Liquid Aloha. This is like the third Kona beer, and I've already made a semen Aloha joke.
Release the Kraken.
You just stole from me, and I stole from
man,
that
I feel
Melissa
terrible.
McCarthy's mom.
Cheers, L'chaim.
L'chaim. She's like Polish, though. What do they say in Poland, Linnea?
I don't even know.
Nastrovia. Come on, man.
What? That's like L'chaim or Slanja. It's Vastovia?
Nastrovia.
Nastrovia? That sounds Russian.
Have you never been to Poland?
I've never been to Poland.
Neither have I, but I live in Little Poland.
You live in Little Poland? How little is your Poland?
Ashley, welcome to today's show. So just to give everybody a little bit of preamble, we're going to have you talk about yourself, but I'll just go ahead and say, I saw Ashley on the talk, and her videos are fantastic, and she's going to tell you where to find all her stuff. But Zach, it's very rare anybody ever really pleases me, but certainly online, I got shocks from both of you. Certainly online.
Whoa, shocks, huh?
I saw her videos. I was like, she has so much energy. She has so much knowledge, which is awesome. It's really, really cool. It's very refreshing. And of course, her topic is a little risque. So anybody with little kids around, maybe you want to turn off the podcast
now. They need to hear this.
It is true. Maybe that would be the next thing, is teaching your kids about it, because that's a big controversy these days online, is what kids should be saying, what they shouldn't. And there's some teachers that want to go into it. But Ashley, go ahead and tell us a little about you and your talk and your business and all of that.
Yeah, so my business is Emerald Sexual Health Consulting. And so I started it, I actually launched my LLC February 24th, 2020. So right before the world just ended.
Nice.
So yeah, I know, perfect timing in that. And so, yeah, my goal is to just spread sexual positivity around the world. And I want to do that by doing entertainment. So that's why I started TikTok. I have my series, Just the Tips, where I'm providing the best sex tips in town. And yeah, I do a lot of personal sexual health education. So I have a coaching program, and then I have a one-on-one educational session program, and then I do sex positive workshops. And then on the other side of it, I want to do a lot of professional education. So helping doctors and medical professionals really understand that sexual health is so important to their patients, and they need to be comfortable reaching out and talking to their patients, because a lot of people who have sexual issues won't just automatically bring them up with their doctor. And so I'm hoping that through TikTok and everything, I can spread more comfort around it, and then also just positivity around it, so then parents aren't so afraid to talk to their kids about sex too. So a lot of goals.
That's great.
Yeah.
Alan, what rabbit hole did you go down that you found her? Because I mean, she
I
seems
don't get to choose
fantastic.
my rabbit hole. I just know that there's certain things that it's like TikTok shows me something, I'm not into it. And then it goes, what are your thoughts on this? And maybe, like, again, I've said this story before, but as far as I'm concerned, there are no men on TikTok. I've never seen a video with a man in it. It just keeps telling me like good looking girls or information that I'm into or comedy or something. But I love this because Ashley is legit a professional. She has a master's. I, of course, have a doctorate. Zach, what's it like being the dumbest person on a podcast right now?
I'm the only one who doesn't touch people's thighs for a living on this podcast.
I don't think she touches thighs. I think she's more of a talking person, right?
Even better.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was gonna
no.
say I could. There is a thing called experiential coaching. So if a client does need that sort of service, I would help them. And yeah. So
Okay, it was on my list of things I wanted to ask because I was curious. Is that a service you offer where you actually come and observe and take notes?
yeah.
Or just how would you? Isn't it easier just to have a person record their stuff and then send it to you?
Wait, you've been in the room while a couple stooped?
I haven't yet, but it is one of my
Oh.
goals. So there are different kinds of coaching. So there is like a thing called sex surrogate, and so that would be maybe someone who would help maybe a man with premature ejaculation. And so really the only way to
What's the line of demarcation? How fast is premature?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess it really depends on the person. Like, to me, I would definitely need something a little longer than like 15, 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah, man.
At the same time?
We could
I
do it
mean,
3 times and still cuddle.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would want, and I don't mind taking breaks. Like, I feel like people shouldn't.
Yeah, Gatorade breaks to rehydrate. You get your electrolytes.
Like
Absolutely.
watching Seinfeld in the middle of it, but like,
Mhm.
how does one go for 15 minutes without?
I
Maybe
mean,
on shot 3, but on shot 1, forget it.
well, that's why one of my theories and philosophies is that good sex is a workout, and you need to work out to have good sex. So that's why I started my sexual fitness program. So I'm doing a lot of workouts, and actually I'm going to be launching that April 5th. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to be doing all these workouts in bed. I'm going to be wearing my lingerie sometimes, just to kind of boost my confidence and really
Among
kind of
other
get my
things.
blood flowing and really help that stamina. Because when I'm on top, I definitely need a lot of leg strength and stuff. And
That's a leg thing for okay. That makes sense. But
Yeah.
I actually
When you're
I
on top. You mean I'm allowed to be on top? Mind blown. I am not a kind and
actually
giving lover.
I have a really big problem with that whole sex thing that you're talking about because as a physical therapist, you know, that's kind of something that we happen to overlap with, but I can't go into this. My big problem with this is why are you not using the name Sexercise?
oh my gosh, that's a really good idea.
Amazing.
You're
I
welcome.
don't know why I didn't think about that. Yeah.
So that was something that came up
Or
to me.
Sexpert.
Yeah.
It could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have a tagline. I
You gotta lean
noticed.
into it. Yeah, she does just the tips.
No.
Yeah, well-
That's a series.
Is she gonna give us
so
tips?
I have kind of
I
like
could
a
use all the
tagline
help I
for
can
just the tips, just the tips, the best sex tips in town. But that was like just on a whim. I just needed that was like sort of my working title, and I could never think of anything better than that. But yeah, I do. I
Let's
have,
noodle around a little bit. We'll
We're
get there.
dropping
Yeah.
pearls here.
yeah, I have like on my sign. If I could just like move my camera a little bit, like I have Emerald Sexual Health. Fuck well, fuck yes. Like that's something that like I have on
Yeah.
at least one thing. So yeah.
As far as Emerald, I was curious how you got there as a name because we've discussed here on our show something called the Mohs scale, which is basically a hardness level, and it's a 0 to 10 scale. And I looked up Emerald, and I'm assuming you picked Emerald because on the Mohs scale, Emerald is a 7 out of 10. So being anatomically correct, you want a 7 out of 10, right?
Yeah, well, it's funny. Emeralds are my birthstone. So I actually like thought of like, okay, I want to do emerald sexual health. And then I kind of briefly did like a little bit of research on, okay, what are some symbols with the emerald? And I found that, yeah, I think I found like something that I was a little disappointed that it wasn't the hardest.
Hey-o.
Neither are we.
Yeah, so I think I should have been diamond or
Diamond is a 10 on the hardness scale.
Yeah. Oh, emeralds are or
No, Emerald is a 7.
A 7.
That's a
Okay,
solid
diamond.
representation.
So 7 is a lot, depending where you start from as far as the hardness, right?
Yeah.
You're starting from talc.
I think that is the 0. Zach, do you have any other questions? I have questions for days.
I got plenty of questions. So on your website, though, you say you help people fulfill their sexual potential, reach their full sexual potential. Do different people have different levels of potential?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because, like, you know, I don't know, a 65-year-old guy and you know, a 22-year-old strapping young male, their potential is, their ceilings are different.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I thought you were going to say Zach has no chance of being Babe Ruth, so you might as well just give up.
Walks as good as a hit, baby.
Yeah. Well, I definitely want to include like folks with disabilities and someone
Like us?
who.
You mean Alan?
Oh, sorry.
Our disabilities are, I said like Alan and I, but our disabilities are emotional.
Yeah, I'm talking more like physical disabilities, like folks who are maybe like paralyzed and maybe they can't get an erection, but I don't want them to just completely shun sexuality out of their lives. They can use their skin and their minds to really achieve higher sexual pleasure without needing an orgasm or needing an erection. And I want people to really embrace sexuality as like a whole large encompassing thing regarding your body and all that fun stuff.
I love her, the altruist. Like, I never would have thought of these things. We've done 100 of these stupid things, and I've learned more in 11 minutes here. I've been more engaged with her. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when
better than your aunt or Oriana.
Well, I think Oriana could teach you a thing or two. That's just not what we had her on the podcast for. As far as this JTT series, this Just the Tips, when did we officially stop using JTT as Jonathan Taylor Thomas? Because I thought when I saw like JTT number 32, I got very excited for
what a hard-hitting question.
What's he been up to? Like, because that was back in the day, JTT. Because I was like, wow, this video does not flow with the rest of the series.
That's so funny. That was actually one of my first crushes.
Yeah, Simba. Hello.
Yeah,
he was on your wall too.
Devin Sawa, absolutely.
Devin Sawa.
That's a pull.
So
man. I actually really like, the thing I was into the most on your website is your blog, because you have a lot of great questions and answers. And something I've noticed in my life, certainly sexuality and most problems in this world, the answer is just talk about it. Like any kink, anything you want to talk about, and not to belittle anything you say, but most of the time people don't talk. You have an issue, just talk about it. But a lot of things that you go
what
through
are your kinks, Alan?
Oh, I'm meat and potatoes, baby. Steak and onions.
Ew.
But for me, it's like, you haven't written a blog in a very long time. I have to say, you're about almost a year since something's been posted.
Yeah, that's true. I was posting a little bit for Kiss and Tell magazine. So I was trying to give all of my good ideas to them, but then they weren't paying me for my work. And so they own my work for free. And that kind of disappointed me. So I do have like a lot of, blogs like lined up, dude. If you were to see my Google Drive right now, it's insane.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Yeah.
when I die, I want the medical alert to clear browser history and Google Drive.
You know, you
need all of it.
You need to do a screwdriver through it, is what I understand. That is the only way to not Hunter Biden yourself.
And when I die, I'm gonna have a screwdriver on me wrapped in a 20. He'll know what to do.
But no, I saw these things and I do want more. And there was one specific blog that really spoke to me. Now, being two cheap Jews on this show.
Where? Us.
Me? You had a whole section about can't afford condoms? There are health centers that will give you condoms. And I first interpreted that as, well, some people, I don't want to use a condom because, well, no, here's some free ones. Now, as somebody that might be willing to cut a little corner, save a dime here or there, I feel like if I grabbed handfuls of this, I'd be judged. And or if I'm with somebody and I take out a NYC Health Department condom, that's not going to get like a little couldn't spring for the Ramses here, buddy. Like, what's going on?
Ramses?
That was my. Yeah. You want me to go Durex, Trojan?
She's got the gist of it.
Skin?
Yeah.
SKYN?
Yeah, I do. I feel like people, I think, get so worried about that kind of stuff. And And I guess my advice to that would just be, yeah, just not to worry about it. And I feel like capitalism really is affecting our sex lives. And I actually haven't seen a Trojan commercial probably since I was watching MTV in high school. And that kind of is disappointing me these days, because I feel like I think some research has shown that STDs are on the rise now, and that could just be because of the pandemic and stuff. People are going post-pandemic crazy or something. But yeah, I don't think that people should ever feel like a shame for maybe needing to go to the health clinic to get the free condoms.
Oh, I was talking about just being cheap, not
Yeah,
being.
if your sexual problems start by them judging you for being cheap, you've got deeper problems than what's about to happen in about 4 minutes.
And last for 4 minutes.
Twice. After you put that thing on.
Mhm.
Who's going to judge you and say, oh, you sprung for a $60 or $200 dinner, but now we're using the free condom?
$200 dinner? How many times did we eat?
I mean, you want to get laid. This is, not
She
bigger
is.
than McDonald's.
I think Ashley is really onto something. We were talking before the show about the Oscars and everything that happened. Now, I was watching the pre-show, and I'm sitting here, and not once but twice was there a commercial for Plan B. And I turned to my girlfriend and was like, time out. We're advertising this on TV now? And she looked at me like I was an idiot. Like, yeah, this is all over television. I didn't know that this was openly. I guess it's good to let people know, but that's a little aggressive, no?
Mm. Yeah, and I feel
all
like
right.
it's like the pharmaceutical companies. I feel like they just take over the airways. If you look, it's all pharmaceutical commercials. So I think that's probably why, like, Trojan probably just gave up on maybe paying for the advertising, or it's probably because maybe everything is so what's the word, since I'm not a guy, I'm not going to get guy condoms commercials, you know what I mean? So they're going to show me maybe the Plan B or the tampon commercials and stuff. So
Why is there no
Oscars is geared towards ladies like Alan?
Alan
loves the
on
Oscars.
your girlfriend's account, maybe. Sorry.
That's fine.
It is what it is. But they do have a female condom, which I have seen once in my life. When I was in 9th grade in sex ed, 13 years old, I didn't know my hand from my foot. And the teacher described it with her and her husband making love to a paper baggie. And I was like, I'm still not
Best
sure.
sex ed is in Maryland.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So here's the. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, I was going to say, I remember in sex ed class, Planned Parenthood came in to talk to us about sex. And the girl said, oh, yeah, with a female condom, you can just kind of put it in and walk around with it. As if in that episode of South Park where they were walking around with their little condoms on and stuff. Oh, my God. I was like, that's so crazy. But some people just want to be super ready. And yeah, the female condom is a little.
You know it's game time.
Sorry, what?
You never know when it's game time. Let's go time.
Right? Yeah.
What's that from? Can't Hardly Wait, where he's like, yeah, I just have to keep it on me 24/7. Ashley, you and I were talking before the show, and you have your coups there, and you said how sometimes you end up denting the can. Now, I kind of was alluding to, I am a big can denter as I'm holding it. Moreover, I peel the label like nobody's business, and I stick them to the bottom of the tables. They say those who do that are sexually frustrated. Is there any medical research that can get you there?
I actually have not seen any research on that.
Have you heard of this, or is this like Mountain Dew lowers your sperm type of thing?
Yeah, no, I haven't.
And how much of that did you drink, big guy?
Code Red was number 2!
We did an episode where we ranked our sodas, and Mountain Dew Code Red was his number 2 soda of all time.
Yeah.
No wonder he can't get his little schmeckle up. Sorry, Julia.
Jesus. Now, I guess my last question here before we move on.
Well, I got a million questions, Vic. You go.
No, go, Zachy. You're the man. I'll sit
the
back.
man? I don't know about that. Okay, being that you're an expert in this and you do this for a living, when you do this recreationally, is it taking your work home with you, or are you a judgy lover potentially? Oh, you didn't do this, or that. 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Buddy. I would be nervous, to have sex with someone who does this for a living, and it's a very volatile organ to begin with about being nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be terrified.
Yeah. I think I do intimidate some people. I will say I haven't really been dating a lot since the pandemic. And oh shoot, I lost my train of thought. Oh, so I do, when I am masturbating, I do tend to think I take my work home a little bit more. I am kind of
both, by the way, did the same thing when you said the word masturbate. We perked our ears up like a rabbit.
That's funny.
Go on.
Yeah, so I'm thinking in my head, okay, how do I explain the sexual response cycle to someone? How do I explain using your muscles? And that was, I think, the epiphany that I had for sexual fitness. I was thinking like the orgasm, at least for me, I need to use a lot of my leg power. And so that's why I was like, okay, we got to do workouts to really up the strength of your legs and that kind of thing. So yeah, I am always in my head and stuff. And I think that sometimes I get sexually frustrated too. And I don't want people to think that I'm having perfect sex all the time. And that's one of the reasons why I wrote one of my blogs called
No, I
Why Does
wouldn't
Bad
think you
Sex
do have
Happen to
perfect
Good
sex all the time.
People?
Yet I would think the guy would underperform each time.
Every
because
time.
you
No,
are-
no chance.
Because you are who you are.
Mhm.
Every time they would just they'd fold.
Yeah. So some guys really do. And I think that they do get intimidated by me because I am a little more assertive and I know like what I want and the language around it. And so I think they're not used to that. And that can be kind of challenging and scary. And I definitely want people to understand that like humor really needs to be a big part of sex. And if a girl is laughing, to not get afraid and your
So
boner
you
should
take
not
your
go
pants off and
away.
she laughs, that's a good thing?
Yeah, sometimes it is a good thing. You definitely,
God.
especially with like breathing and tantric sex, it's a lot of breathing and you definitely want to not be so performative. You want to just kind of let go and focus on your breathing without caring about if the sounds you're making are sexy enough and that.
I don't think I've ever made a sexy sound. Go on.
Oh,
Alan.
no, not again.
Yeah. Or not quite 15 minutes. Go on. Go
All right,
on,
Zach,
Alan.
one more, or are you good?
I've got a million, but go on.
We're moving on to Pisha Do of the Week.
No,
Unless
I've got more for her then. Like, how did you know you wanted to do this? Like, how did you make this into a thing? I mean, it's
Yeah. Oh man, growing up in the 90s was pretty intense and just
Yeah, it was
seeing
great.
all of the contradictions around sexuality. It was so hypersexualized yet so repressed at the same time. And yeah, I think I remember a boy in 7th grade telling me that girls don't masturbate. And I was just like, I can picture exactly where I was in the lunch line. And I'm just like, Eric, no, yes, they do. Who's telling you this false information? And so then from there, it was just like, it snowballed. Ever since then, I've been super curious and I would sneak HBO shows when I was younger. Sorry, mom. But yeah, and it something clicked in me and I have this punk rebelness to me. And so like the Nazis hate sex education. They burned a lot of sex books back in the day. So I want to fight all of these oppressions and capitalism and yeah, we're gonna have good sex because other people are gonna get mad about it.
Wow. I see the Philly coming out of
Like,
you as we're sitting here, getting so aggressive, and I love your use of snowballed in that
I
conversation.
love that you use sex and Nazis and all in the same. Just perfect. Yeah, good things.
Yeah.
We good?
I guess I've got tons of questions, but yeah, we're good. I guess we're running low on time.
Yeah.
All right, so something we do here on the show is we do go over something called the Pisha Do of the Week. And Italian Pisha Do means like the toilet, and it's basically asshole of the week. So I have here a bunch of
Schmuck of the week, but
candidates.
that was already taken, and Alan got called out. So
I'm going to go over a couple of things that I heard in the last week, some pop culture stuff, and you got to decide who is the asshole in the situation or who is the biggest asshole. Number one I heard was Bloomberg has put out kind of a recession is coming type of article. And here are some things that you can do to save money. And they listed off a bunch of stuff. One of them was eat lentils instead of buying meat because meat is ungodly expensive. And two, sometimes pets die. So if your dog is cancer, maybe just skip the radiation. Both of your faces.
awful.
I know. I actually don't think you need to decide on this, but this is a legit story that I heard. Moving on, number two, not getting political, but President number 45 hit a hole in one. Zach's a big golfer yesterday and put out a page of how great he is at golf, which is pretty good. Although it's become public knowledge that Kim Jong, one of them in North Korea.
Oh, he's the biggest cheater of all time.
Did you hear that he shot 11 hole-in-ones in one course one time?
Yeah, he shot a 30-something apparently over 18. Is there footage of Trump doing this?
Or is it? But he said he hit a 5-iron like 170 yards or something. And Zach, you got to find this thing. It's like a page of how great he is.
I can hit a 5-iron 170. I can't put it in the hole.
And it ends with, and I'm not the type of person to brag, it was pretty funny. Love him or hate him, you're like, that was very
I
interesting.
give him credit for the hole in one if it's true though, because I've never had one that kills me.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers recently acquired former Tom Brady lineman Shaq Mason, who's going to be joining Shaq Barrett. Did you know that they were named, both of them, after the 1995 Rockets Magic series for Shaquille O'Neal? So both of their names is Shaq Barrett, Shaq Mason. One's middle name is Olajuwon. The other's middle name is Akeem. They were both.
Amazing.
You're into that?
Rock hard for that. I remember that series. That's my wheelhouse. This is my.
I'm naming my first kid Louis Ovechkin Snyder. Then
great. This is my bailiwick. I love this shit. I'm into it.
Ashley.
Nope, not going over my head. I don't know anything about sports.
Sports ball. Somebody named their kid after 2 players.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. Number 5.
Listen, I read the room. Get dirty with it, Alan.
I don't
This
get
is why
dirty.
you can't go 15 minutes.
Number 5. Ashley Barty, number 1 tennis player in the world, 25 years old, 3-time Grand Slam champion.
Yeah.
She done. She out. She's had enough. Who's the asshole? Is it her? Is it her parents? Is it the coach? Is it sports?
Nobody. You can retire at 25 with millions and do whatever you want. Good for you. Maybe she didn't love playing.
Yeah? Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Next one, your girl, Dua Lipa. A little bit of trouble these days. That levitating song, da-na-na-na-na. Apparently, most of it's plagiarized. Like the beat, the rhythm, whatever. She has not one, but 2 lawsuits that are coming up.
Yeah, she got Vanilla Iced.
It's not that bad where she's like, no, I added it. But like, I was with my family this weekend and my niece and nephew are like, oh, this Olivia Rodrigo is great. I'm like, yeah, she ripped most of that song too. How do these singers think they're going to get away with doing these songs where it's a formula now. You put something on YouTube and it will just literally go, nope, this song is too similar to that one.
They're not thinking this through. They don't have master's degrees like the two of you.
Doctorate degrees, sir.
All right, there, Playboy.
All right, but
meanwhile, I've learned more from her in 11 minutes than I've ever learned from you. So easy there, Doc.
I fixed your pinky, you fuck.
Once.
What's one more? What did she fix of you? Your other pinky?
It was this. The night's not over yet.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about what everybody wants.
Last 15 minutes. You gotta take a break and start using the pinky.
The main event of the biggest piece to do of the week is beyond a doubt very obvious. At the Oscars, Sean Penn came out and said that if we don't stand up for Ukraine, I am smelting my Oscar. By the way, smelting, great word. Need to use that more. It just means melting down of gold. What an asshole, right? Sean Penn melting his Oscar if we don't come out and make a big thing about Ukraine?
He's a lot. What was number 1 again? I forgot already, but I didn't like it.
It's the Bloomberg lentils thing.
That was the
I'm
one
going to go
that
with
I said.
that. It bothers me about the dog.
Mhm.
Ashley, that's also your vote for Piece of the Week?
Yep. And I saw something on the news about like, oh yeah, why can't millennials buy houses? And this guy was like, you just gotta deal with it. Get with reality. All these corporations are gonna be buying all these houses. Guess you're renting forever.
Kim Kardashian, quote, work harder.
Yeah, she's right. Work harder.
Right?
I don't want to get too far into this, but
this is actually, honestly the first time I've ever agreed with her. Now, she doesn't actually work, but for them, yeah, try a little harder. Apply yourselves, millennials.
But what I really want to say is, without getting into it, who's the asshole? Jada, Will, or Chris Rock? Zach?
I don't think it's Jada. I mean, she just sat there and took it. For me...
From who? From her ex-boyfriend or from...
Well, yeah. But for me... objectively looking at it, now there's back history, and I don't love that. Look, Chris Rock's a pro comedian, and you're at the Oscars, so in theory, everybody in that room is fair game, regardless of what the shtick is. You could say you didn't like it or it was in bad taste. They're doing their thing at the Oscars. Nothing that was done rose to the level of getting out of your chair and smacking somebody. If Will Smith wanted to jaw back at him, I'm fine with that. I think once you cross the line of hitting him in the face on TV, you become the asshole. That's
Open
me.
hand. Okay. Ashley?
Well, because it was open hand, he's not.
He left his Fresh Prince.
That's not bad. You stole that from the internet, too.
I did.
Yeah, I think my initial reaction was I was Team Will, but now that I've thought about it and like let my emotions kind of settle, I think, yeah, like the fact that it will set a precedent. More people might go up on stage and punch people or slap them and stuff.
The
But
floodgates are open.
Yeah, yeah, I do, but I do kind of love the idea of like a man getting slapped for like locker room talk and stuff, because that in and of itself does have like a stint of violence to it. Like if you kind of listen to just the way that men talk about women and stuff. But okay, if I do kind of sit back and stuff, like yeah, I want to be all about the peace and stuff. So
Wait, what do you think locker room talk is?
I guess
Did you play a sport?
no. So
Okay.
like I mean, I think about it
She
like
plays it all the
like
time. Did you hear what she said? She has to go to the gym for this thing.
yeah.
That the two of us ache after slow pitch softball.
Yeah.
High arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I think of like locker room talk as like, yeah, really like aggressive men talking about what they're gonna do to women and all of these kinds of things.
More
especially
what
like
more
sexual.
what they've done, but anyways.
Sometimes more of it is like about the game and then like trying not to look at each other's little schmeckles or schmonzes.
Yeah, that's true. But
There's
I
a lot
think
of there's not as much talk in the locker room as you think there is. It's become a stigma and like a thing, but really it's a pretty quiet place.
Okay, yeah, I guess like the term has become like just like a way like the locker like the when Donald Trump was talking to that Access Hollywood
Billy
reporter,
Bush, yeah.
like,
Billy
that's
Bush.
That's locker room talk to me at least.
Right.
You know?
And it to a degree is, but like
Mhm.
in the gang shower, there's very little chit chat.
You haven't played on the right teams, my friend.
I have not, I suppose. What, you guys all just chat or you sing or
Hockey bros? Are you kidding me? We used to sit in the locker room.
It's brought up like in
We just brought extra beer to spend time in the locker room. Once you get to the point of like you've seen each other, it's nothing special.
yeah, none of you anything special. She can help with that.
Meanwhile, she told us about this before. Ashley channeling her inner Betty White. Your daughter loved her shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Representing Betty White, she said, I need all the confidence in the world to do this podcast. She's killing it, having a great time. So just giving her a little props on that.
Wait,
But
Zoe like the shirt?
Zoe was into it.
Nice.
So the last thing we're going to be doing is on this podcast, we always have a little bit of fun playing a little trivia. And what I'm going to be doing is I have 10 questions here, pretty even. I am going to ask Zach the question first. Ashley, you're going to come in and make him look stupid afterwards. We are going to be testing your knowledge today on sex ed. Get ready, Zach.
Yeah, I don't know what the clitoris is, so just go to question 2. Question 2.
False. It doesn't exist.
Exactly. It is a true.
Zach, question number 1.
Hmm.
What does IUD stand for?
Interuterine device.
Interuterine device?
Interuterine device. Yeah, I think I got it. The thing that goes up into your
Ashley, you're agreeing with him?
I mean, I think it's intrauterine device. I think it's intra because it's going inside of you.
Circle gets the square. Zach's an idiot. It is intrauterine device.
Whatever. I got the main word. Uterine.
Question the second. Zach, which area is known as the male G-spot?
The male G-spot? Is that the prostate?
Ashley?
Yeah.
It's either that or the grundle.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I feel like everybody has their own little G spots and stuff.
Mine is doing the dishes. That's my G-spot.
That's me. My G-spot, if it stands for good, it's on the couch watching golf. That is my good spot.
Question number 3. True or false? A surgical glove can be used for safer sex.
Only if you put 5 guys in there. I mean, it's a glove. It's got 5. But yes, I would assume true if you put like a rubber band around it.
Ashley?
Yeah, I don't think you need the rubber band, but yeah, definitely safe. It's
the way I do it.
He doesn't need a rubber band, I'll tell you that much.
I certainly don't. It's like an ocean.
Question number 4. True or false? Most people who have herpes don't know it.
True.
Yeah, I think it's true. I feel like people just don't go to the doctor and get tested. So yeah, that I think it's true.
That is correct.
As we all sit here scratching.
What do you do with your hands out on the table? That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, of course. But like, not myself. I got 2 hands and going at it.
And another one giving a peace sign?
Okay.
Question number 5. True or false? A girl can get pregnant before her first period.
I think false. No.
Yeah.
True. No. Yes, I think you can get pregnant before your first period. I think.
Yeah, I think you can because technically, okay, so
Yeah.
technically,
Your body works at birth, right? As a girl, like you just work.
yeah. So like your period, if you got your first period, you would already have been ovulating, so you could have been ovulating those days beforehand and stuff. So yeah, I would say you can.
I believe you can.
I think you can.
Before your first blood, true, you can definitely get
You're
pregnant.
just crushing it, the two people in red.
You missed one or two at the beginning. I'm going to go back and
Me?
listen.
I missed it with intra and inter, but I said
Big
uterus.
difference. Intrastate highway, interstate highway. Not the same thing.
When you go into someone's uterus, it is. You're still laying pipe. You're still getting there.
Pipeline.
Exactly.
Unofficial sponsor today's episode. Number 6. What is the name for the sexual fetish of cheating?
Of cheating?
Yeah. Sexual fetish of cheating.
Can I cheat?
Swinging?
Can I literally cheat?
Like, a what?
Yeah.
Oh, what was that book? Hold on.
Zach, go ahead. I need an answer.
I'm going to say swinging, but
Eh.
it doesn't
No.
feel... Tristan?
It's somewhere in here in my unusual sex.
Starts with a C.
Conolingus? Cornucopia?
So I guess I know.
Cornucopia.
I guess I know this word because people call each other cucks all the time.
Oh, coupled!
I thought you were gonna get that, Zach.
It's not in my wheelhouse. I've been the same woman since
Not what I heard.
46. God.
Question number 7. Zach, spell syphilis.
C.
Ashley,
no.
spell syphilis.
Okay,
No idea.
SYPH. Oh my god, I love the spelling bee. I'm like obsessed with it. So
Well,
like,
you know that both of us haven't had it yet, so it's good.
but it's so hard. I'm gonna need it in a sentence. In the
Country
origin.
of origin, your vagina.
Alan has syphilis. Here's your sentence.
Yeah, SYPH syphilis. Yeah. Nope. Nah, I can't do it.
SYPHILIS. You got more letters than Zach, so you get the point for that one.
She doesn't teach people how to get diseases. She teaches them like what to do in the
The worst was the website that I saw this. I was like literally staring. I was like, all right, it's that one or that one. So anyway, number 8. We're going by who is going to be closest via distance unless you get it. Which U.S. state has it illegal to sell sex toys?
Has it illegal?
Yes.
Illegal to sell sex toys.
I should know this. I feel like a lot of them do. I think I know like anal toys are probably I think illegal in Las Vegas because I remember seeing that in a documentary where like these girls were signing up to like go to that ranch and all of her anal toys got confiscated. So
Well, there's that. I'm gonna get weird with it. And I'm gonna go with Alaska.
Okay, so Ashley, you can literally do the Price is Right $1 thing and just say Washington, and as long as it's not Alaska, you win.
I think
yeah,
it's
I
gonna be
think I was
Alaska.
gonna guess Alabama.
Correct answer is Alabama. That's why she's her, and that's why you're you.
That's why I'm you.
I had the Google Maps already to literally do the distance for you, but Zach's just an idiot.
No, I thought it was like a weird question, and since it's so far away, you were gonna do like Vermont versus Florida to Alaska. I tried to game the system.
Okay. Number 9. Which color represents the gay hanky code?
The gay hanky? Gotta be pink because the pink
Oh.
triangle. Like
Was
for
it,
being
was it
gay.
like a thing that you would put in the back of your pocket or something?
And that was
What?
basically, I looked into this, is basically gay men would flag down other gay men and be like, I'm DTF because I have a blank colored hanky.
Oh, I forget.
So Zach says pink. He
Pink.
said pink, and
Yeah, by the triangle.
Ashley says
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna go with red.
you're both wrong. Zach, give me another color.
For DTF, for gay guys, brown.
Ashley,
I went with it.
I was gonna say white.
Zach, we're gonna get it. Go, keep going until we get it.
Green? The fuck you want me to say?
It's not emerald. Ashley,
Yellow.
Blue?
Zach?
Oh, we're running out of colors.
It's just dead air, Alan. Just tell us.
think about a gay man in the 70s with his black leather and a black hanky. So that was the way that they did it. And
What is it? I think it's a 70s thing.
we're going closest without going over. Number 10. How many sperm cells are contained in an average ejaculate? Closest without going
Above
over.
average.
Says who? I seen your kid.
No, I'm probably below average because I take the hair pills and that makes you like not have the whoosh. But how many sperms?
Sperm cells
Fine.
are contained in an average
Tails.
ejaculate.
Well, how many tails, right? I'm gonna say 12,000.
Okay, it's
That's-
way more than that. It's either
Yeah,
in the
you're not in the
millions or
ballpark, Zach.
billions.
Really?
Yeah. How many, Ashley?
I think it's in the millions or billions. I feel like maybe
Why is
like
it so hard for people to make kids? I've
like
done the
10,
first shot.
100 million.
100
I
million?
feel like it's a lot.
Correct answer is 400 million.
What?
Oh my God.
I tell you.
Yeah, I
So then,
forgot.
like, why aren't kids always just made on the first try? None of these guys have any skills?
Because women suck at making kids. It's not the men's fault is the answer.
Agreed.
All right.
We got ours done on the first try. These all these people. Oh, it's taken me 6 months. You're having a sex fest. We were done in a weekend. That was it. I got like the hook. Like that, they called to the bullpen. I'm done.
Ashley, you have been lovely. You have been a great guest. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
You really
Please
have been a great guest.
tell everybody where they can find all your information. Go.
Yeah, so emeraldsexualhealth.com is my website. And then on my website, I have like a links page where you can basically get all of my social media and stuff because I feel like all of my usernames are all different. But as far as TikTok, it's sh_emerald. So that's like a cool way because it get it like the @ symbol and ash. So that's fun. So yeah, emeraldsexualhealth.com, the website, and then sh_emerald for TikTok.
So you do all these sessions virtually, or you like will do live if people are in the Philly area?
Yeah,
Most
I
of those
would
guys in
definitely
Philly, they
do.
can't get it up.
Mhm.
Those
Yeah,
Philly
yeah,
fans
so-
are the worst. So wait, how would like Alan go to finding you? It would be.
I'm an hour away. I'm not far.
Sure.
Yeah. So I would do virtual sessions in that case.
Love it.
Cool.
Well, I hope people do check her out online at least because her content's amazing. Ashley, thank you so much.
How is business going? Is it going well?
Yeah, I would say it's going
Awesome.
well. Yeah, I'm getting clients, especially with TikTok. As long as I get viral videos, I'll start to get like client leads and stuff. And I had someone sign up already for my sexual fitness workouts, so I'm super excited about that.
Yeah,
when
Zach
is
could
that
go for a
session gonna
workout. I've seen him. He's getting a little svelte.
Svelte is thin. I'm getting a little punch.
Yeah, I heard about your jeans this past weekend. We'll talk about it next week.
My jeans did rip this past weekend of my daughter's birthday. It was quite the scene. It was at a Nerf dart place. The whole thing was a mess.
Oh man.
All right, people. Thanks for listening to this episode. Download. Go check out Ashley. Daddy loves you.
Yeah, we love you too.